Once upon a time in the Bible, imagine the most amazing stories ever told. Stories filled with heroes, villains, and incredible events. Now imagine these stories coming to life with the magic of Disney Pixar. The Bible, a book filled with ancient wisdom, becomes a source of wonder for everyone. We can explore these tales and discover their timeless morals. They teach us about courage, faith, and forgiveness. These stories are for everyone, no matter who you are. These stories aren't just ancient history, they are about real people with real problems just like us. They faced challenges and made mistakes, but through it all, they learned valuable lessons. Let's journey into these epic Bible tales, retold with a touch of Pixar magic. Samson, a strong man's tale. Samson was no ordinary man. He was blessed with incredible strength. He could defeat lions with his bare hands. He was like a superhero. But Samson had a secret. His strength came from his hair. If his hair was cut, he would lose his power. One day, Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah, but Delilah was tricked by Samson's enemies. They wanted to destroy him. Delilah betrayed Samson and revealed the secret of his strength. While Samson slept, she cut off his hair. Samson was captured and blinded. He had lost everything, but even in his darkest hour, Samson found the strength to fight back. He prayed for one last chance to defeat his enemies, and his prayer was answered. Samson's hair grew back and his strength returned. He broke free and destroyed the temple where his enemies were gathered. Samson's story teaches us about the consequences of our choices. It also shows us that even when we're at our weakest, we can still find the strength to overcome challenges. Jonah and the Whale. A story of second chances. Jonah was a prophet. God gave him an important job to do. He was told to go to the city of Nineveh and tell the people to change their ways. But Jonah was afraid. He didn't want to go to Nineveh, so he ran away. He boarded a ship and sailed in the opposite direction. God sent a huge storm. The ship was tossed about like a toy. The sailors were terrified. They knew someone on board had angered God. Jonah confessed that it was him. He told them to throw him overboard to calm the storm. As Jonah plunged into the raging sea, a giant whale swallowed him whole. Inside the whale's belly, Jonah had a lot of time to think. He realized he had made a mistake by disobeying God. He prayed for forgiveness and promised to do what was asked of him. God heard Jonah's prayer and commanded the whale to release him. Jonah spent 3 days inside the whale. It was a smelly and uncomfortable experience, but it taught him a valuable lesson. Jonah went to Nineveh and delivered God's message. He learned that it's never too late to make things right. Elijah's fire. Standing up for what's right. Elijah was a brave prophet who stood up for God, even when it was difficult. He lived during a time when many people had turned away from the true God and worshipped a false god named Baal. Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal to a contest. He wanted to prove that the God of Israel was the one true God. They built 2 altars, one for Baal and one for God. The prophets of Baal prayed to their God to send fire from heaven, but nothing happened. Then, Elijah prayed to God. Fire flashed down from the sky. It burned up Elijah's sacrifice, the altar, and even the water in the trench around it. The people were amazed and declared, "The Lord, He is God." Elijah's story teaches us the importance of faith and courage. He reminds us that we should always stand up for what we believe in, even when it's hard.